Good evening, my darling batlings. I made sure that the voice changer is actually, coming through on OBS this time. So...
Are you sure? Are you sure it's working?
Yes, I am. I spent hours working on this.
Alright.
He spent hours, JKR. Hours.
As I'm sure you guys are all aware, tonight is New Year's Eve, which means it's the last day of 2024 and also the last day of the surprisingly awesome Year of Shadow. And I figured, why not close things off with some more Shadow the Hedgehog. Also, totally not because I just got some new and actually functional component cables for my Xbox, so now I can actually play it again.
Yeah, no, not totally related in any way, shape, or form.
Coupled with a really high quality wireless controller for it, so I don't have to use that old Mad Catz piece of junk anymore. So, yes.
Indubitably.
Let's not dilly-dally any further, and without further Mountain Dew, let's switch on over to the gaming scene. I've already got the Xbox booted up. Yeah, there we go. Now it's really time to start. Just need to get up and shut the disc tray because there's still not a good way to do this without having to get up. You know what I could do? I could get like a really long pokey stick. Or I could get one of those thing longers that Professor Farnsworth invented.
Good news, everyone!
I finally invented the thing longer.
Longer.
Oh, jeez.
I taught the toaster how to feel love.
Also, Ari, we need to get out of the throne room.
Oh yes, right, thank you.
No worries. I just have to look back at the screen.
Gamepad pose.
Here we go.
There we go. Now we're all set for some hardcore gaming. We've already done that level.
The line of "I taught the toaster to feel love" is one of my favorite random what the fuck moments of Futurama.
It's indirectly thanks to this game that we have the Sonic the Hedgehog movies.
Yeah. Indeed.
I'm not even talking about plot-wise. Jeff Fowler, the director of the Sonic the Hedgehog movies, got his start working at Blur Studio, and one of his first projects was helping to animate this opening cutscene.
Oh, nice. And yet he thought...
Which is why he was so excited to do Sonic 3. This is why he thought having Shadow be a big part of Sonic 3 was so exciting. Because he got to work with Shadow again.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. A surprise to be sure, but a welcome one.
No,
also, like,
stop, Shadow, don't do it.
This is like shockingly good quality pre-rendered cutscene video for 2005 on the Xbox
Right.
and PS2 and GameCube.
I had the GameCube version of this, actually, now that I think about it.
So do I.
I had both GameCube and PS2 version as a kid because I had 2 Christmases every year as a kid. I still do because parents got divorced at a young age.
Yeah.
So, and they both ended up getting me Shadow the Hedgehog. One of them got me the GameCube version, and one of them got me the PS2 version.
Nice.
Nice.
And now I have neither, and I only have the Xbox version.
Oof.
That's one more version than I have.
So yes, we did 3 story paths so far. There's 10 in total.
Jesus.
So we're back here at the opening cutscene again.
Shadow the Hedgehog. Why does that name haunt me? It's the only thing I can remember. And that gruesome image.
Will we finally get to see a child get shot tonight? Stay tuned. The answer is no.
Who am I? And why can't I...
The answer is we were supposed to, but they cut it out to give
I think you might be right.
rating.
Into the darkness we go. Oh, no. Into the darkness things fall. From the darkness.
Look how pathetic they are. I don't have time for these humans.
I always love reminding people this is fucking Goku voicing Black Doom here.
And bring them to me as promised.
Who are you and how do you know I'm Shadow? And what are you talking about?
Well, for one thing, you're the only hedgehog I know who's black and red at the same time. Dead frickin' giveaway that you're Shadow.
If he says he knows the truth about who I am, then like it or not, I have to believe him. The only way I'm gonna get the secrets to
You don't.
is to get those chaos.
So what story path are we doing this time?
Yes.
We did pure evil, we did pure hero, we did neutral. We've got alternate endings for those, and then we've got 2 endings each left to do for semi-evil and semi-hero. Better decide quick.
What would Keanu Reeves do?
Well then, time to
Semi-evil.
Okay. So semi-evil we shall do.
When did this come out? 2006?
2005.
I was close.
Sonic 06 is the one to come out in 2006.
Looks like
That's fair.
really need business.
If you'd have told 2005 for it that he'd be going to, or that in 2024 he'd be going to see Shadow the Hedgehog in theaters, voiced by Keanu Reeves, he'd have laughed at you.
Yeah, especially because this was pre-John Wick Keanu Reeves.
Hey, Shadow! That's one of the Chaos Emeralds.
He just got off
Like
the
Keanu Reeves when he was in a bit of a flop era.
Yeah, The Matrix.
Stop!
The Matrix sequels.
Yeah.
With that Chaos Emerald, you can unlock unlimited.
To be fair,
And
I actually
Bram
hated
Stoker's
Keanu Reeves.
Dracula.
Right. Well, no. Well, Bram Stoker
That was 92,
was
but
like
still.
95, wasn't it?
92.
92. But like I said, for some strange reason, before the John Wick movies, I actually kind of hated Keanu Reeves. I didn't think he was talented.
That was kind of the general consensus at the time. Everyone would either, like, mock him using either, references to Bill and Ted, or to The Matrix, or to his really bad attempt at a British accent in Dracula.
He had one emotion, and it was robot.
And then over time, we just found out not only is he a talented actor, he's just an all-around good dude.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, granted, he still does like the random, robotic voice when he acts, but at least he can act.
Yep.
Death to all who oppose me.
What's your favorite Shadow the Hedgehog quote? Mine is, "Damn it." Which he says every time he takes damage in this game.
My favorite Shadow the Hedgehog quote is, "I really love Latinas, Sonic." It's canon.
That's true.
I am actually
My
kind of
favorite
disappointed we didn't get a scene of him saying something like that in the movie, though.
I'm not at all surprised, but they did reference it in the most recent Twitter takeover.
Yes.
And in the previous one. So Sega is aware of it.
Yeah, which is good.
Look out!
Wasn't there like a mod for Generations too that Sega allowed?
I mean, Sega allows all
Where he's
mods,
wearing a
so
Latina
yeah.
shirt.
Yeah, but I can't find it on Game Banana, so I don't know where to find it. But I found one where he's dressed in a sombrero and a poncho, and wearing a fake mustache.
Man, what the heck is edgy? I repeat, this is...
Speaking of Sega-sanctioned mods that are apparently allowed via them, can we talk about the fact that Tangle is finally playable in a Sonic game for the first time in like 10 years?
Yep. Whisper's been playable for a while in Sonic Forces Speed Battle, but not Tangled.
Yeah, thanks JKR for letting me know that Whisper is officially canon in the games and has been for about 2 years.
Tangle's also been, he doesn't play the more recent games, so he wouldn't know that. Especially not the mobile games.
I'm just hearing excuses.
Destroy those insolent.
Well,
He knows how I feel about Whisper.
Yes, I know how you feel.
He knows that you're not okay for Whisper.
Hold your position! Death to all who oppose me.
You know,
I'm not hearing a rebuttal.
I could kind of hear Keanu Reeves a little bit in Shadow's voice in this.
Yeah, this is Jason Griffith, the one that...
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, this is Jason Griffith, and Jason Griffith had nothing but positive things to say about Keanu Reeves' performance.
I mean, and to answer what you said, of course you didn't hear a rebuttal. Why am I going to deny that I'm not okay for somebody?
Also, one thing that unfortunately didn't pan out for the Sonic 3 movie without getting into spoilers is, David Humphrey, Jason Griffith, and Roger Craig Smith all tried to get Paramount to let them make, like, a little cameo in Sonic 3, but it ended up not happening.
Yeah.
Not David Humphrey, Ryan Drummond.
Yeah.
So, all 3 video game voices of Sonic.
Did they have a reason for? Did Paramount have like a reason why?
I mean,
or was it just like?
I think they didn't. Jason Griffith hasn't told us like what the reasoning was. My guess is just like they couldn't fit it in.
Every city is reporting
It wouldn't have been like a big thing. It would have just been like like they were just asking for like a very short cameo.
I get you. It would have been nice to see have like Mike Pollock on that too, but that's just me though.
Mike Pollock should have played Gerald. There, I said it.
And if you find Shadow with the black aliens, then kill them all.
But sir, isn't
What?
I didn't say anything.
No, I'm just listening to the world's most dedicated Shadow hater, Commander Abraham Towers.
You're mine.
Can I offer you guys some popcorn?
Popcorn?
Yes, you can.
Economy?
Okay, cool. I offered. I can't give it to you though.
Well, then why the
It's
fuck
the
would you
thought
offer
that
it then?
counts.
What Arikado said.
Last seen in the vicinity of downtown Westopolis. Orders are capture him. Dead or
The funny thing about Westopolis is that's on the east side of the country.
Stop! Or we'll shoot! Stupid human.
Shadow gives no fucks.
Very impressive, Shadow.
Who are you?
You don't remember anything, do you? But you will in time.
Now, for it, I know you're not like all that engrossed in Sonic lore. Do you need it explained to you why Shadow has amnesia?
Got it.
I mean, I know, but maybe you could explain it for the audience.
Okay,
What
for the
audience?
audience, I will. I mean, I got two viewers right now, one of which is you, JKR.
That's fair.
But
I feel weightless.
yeah, so, like, at the end of Sonic Adventure 2, they were planning to kill off Shadow, but he ended up being unexpectedly popular. So, they brought him back for the next, mainline game of the series, Sonic Heroes. Like, at the end of Sonic Adventure 2, he falls down from space to Earth and presumably burns up on impact. But, in the opening of Team Dark's story in Sonic Heroes, Rouge finds, like, a secret Eggman chamber where he has a capsule in it that contains Shadow and Stasis. And when Shadow wakes up, he has no memory of who exactly he is or, like, what happened in his past.
Stories.
And that leads into the events of this game, where he's trying to figure out what his past is and, like, all this shit. It's an arc that plays out over the course of 3 games, with Sonic Adventure 2 being him overcoming his grief for the loss of Maria, as well as something that was lost in translation but was explained in some supplementary material in Japan, was that the reason he acted evil and vengeful in Sonic Adventure 2 was because he had been reprogrammed by Gerald in the 50-year time skip between the Ark incident and the opening of the game to believe that Maria's last wish for him was vengeance rather than to help the people of Earth.
Makes sense, honestly. Go figure, Gerald will co-opt the idea that Maria had because he's so freaking consumed with grief.
He's so consumed with grief in Sonic Adventure 2 that he programmed the space colony Ark
Hey, honey!
Yep.
How you doing today?
Chaos Emerald in the area. How about we both?
You'll be happy to hear that Sonic Forces Speed Battle also has a lot of alternate skins for Rouge in different outfits.
Surface to protect itself.
Downloading the game now.
Get ready for a new gacha addiction.
Yep.
Damn it.
Like, one of the newest outfits for her is Rockstar Rouge.
Go on.
It's her dressed up as, like, a heavy metal band member in, like, a leather jacket and jeans.
Watch out.
Goodbye.
Another firework.
It's gonna need about 20 minutes of alone time.
There's also Evan Stanley, one of the artists for the designed an official Christmas outfit for Rouge, where she's wearing like a slinky little Santa dress.
Oh shit! Oh shit! The shock. Okay, now it's gone. The shotgun thing stayed on the screen for a little too long.
Stop that.
Stop what?
That.
She wants you to be a good boy.
You know, if I really want, given the way that the voice changer I'm using works, I'm pretty sure I could find a Rouge preset to work off of just to really cause some brain damage to Furret. I just need some prep time to set it up.
They just don't want us to get in, do they?
It sure
It's bad
would be
enough that I have a
super if you did.
preset download. It's bad enough that I have a preset downloaded based on Rios from High School DxD.
Ah, so unnecessarily sexy Jamie Marchi, gotcha.
Yes. Also, her name is pronounced Jamie Marquis, apparently.
Huh.
Damn it.
I'm with you, Shadow. That's years of mispronouncing your name that makes me feel like, why didn't you correct us sooner?
Yeah, right.
Like when it turned out that Chad Kroger from Nickelback wasn't actually pronounced Kroger. His name's pronounced Kruger.
Well, too late now.
Fuck you, it is! That man is Chad Kroger for life. He can deal with it.
We're still gonna call him Chad Kroger because his nickname among dedicated Nickelback haters is Kroger the Ogre. You can't call him Kruger the Ooger.
Yeah,
You
no,
could.
you could, but it doesn't sound right though.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, have you ever wondered why there's a lot of gunplay in this game?
Because they wanted to see what would happen if they give Shadow a gun?
Well, it's a twofold reason. One is that they had gotten a lot of write-in requests from kids asking why don't they let Sonic have a gun. And it boiled down to, we can't give Sonic a gun, but we can give Shadow a gun. And then the other reason, as well as why this game has a much darker, edgier tone than previous Sonic games, was because during the recovery process of adventure-era game director and current Sonic Head team leader Takeshi Iizuka, recovering from nearly working himself to death on Sonic Heroes to try and get that game done in under a year. He took some time off by playing a video game that had come out on the PS2 recently called Jak 2.
Oh, God.
And thought,
BRB, guys.
what if we did this with Sonic? But we can't do this with Sonic, but what if we did this with Shadow?
Nice. Good to know Jak 2 was the inspiration for violence.
Yes. And also because platformers were falling off style at that time, and Grand Theft Auto-styled open-world action games were becoming the new hot thing. You can see a direct line between the release of Grand Theft Auto 3 and like a lot of franchises that made the jump from not even just the jump from the previous generation, but just like launched before Grand Theft Auto 3 and then got their sequels after Grand Theft Auto 3, trying to be more like Grand Theft Auto 3. Like Jak 2.
Behold the ultimate power.
There's a ton of searchlights here. You can use them just like you did before.
Oh, that was underwhelming.
Right?
Jump!
Stop that! Jump!
I don't think that the Chaos Control is working properly in this segment of the stage. What it normally does is just propel you forward until you reach the next checkpoint.
Weird.
There it is. That's the
Let me check my map. Okay, so we gotta do the dark mission here. And then just neutral for the rest of the story. So we're gonna have to disappoint Rouge and be naughty. And yes, I did have to phrase it that way specifically for you, so you can imagine Rouge calling you that.
to another warp hole in a different location.
I'm sure Rouge wouldn't mind if you were a little naughty.
Yeah, I think she prefers it that way.
Sure seems like gun aren't holding anything back by deploying their combat.
So, I'm not 100% certain on the source on this, okay? So just hear me out.
Yeah?
But apparently, Rouge the Bat was originally planned to be in Sonic 3.
There's a few
Man.
Easter egg, like sign references to her that hint that she was supposed to be in it.
Right. But apparently, that was Kristen Ritter's original role, was she was going to voice Rouge. But when they cut Rouge out, they opted to give Kristen Ritter the role of the general person instead.
Yeah, the director, whoever her name was.
Yeah, the
I can't
director,
remember
yeah.
the character's name.
But yeah, originally she
I
was
have trouble
supposed to be
remembering the
voice of
human
Rouge the
character
Bat.
names that aren't related to Eggman. But yeah, I remember a lot of people speculating that Kristen Ritter was going to voice Rouge, and that ended up not being the case. Even though it's pretty obvious that,
originally announced-
there were plans
Sorry.
for, it's pretty obvious
Rouge.
that there were plans for, like, a slightly different, way for the story to play out. Like, there was some leaked concept art for, Sonic 3 before we saw anything from Sonic 3 that showed that Professor Gerald was going to be dead, like he is in the games. Like, it was concept art of, a ruined gun laboratory that Eggman was strolling through that had Gerald's skeleton in it.
But yeah, another hint was that when they first announced Kristen Ritter was part of it, they listed her as Agent Black, which is one of the aliases that Rouge takes on in the comics.
Okay.
So that's why a lot of people speculated that she was supposed to be the voice of Rouge the Bat. Which honestly, I could see it.
Yeah, I could see it too. I'm not too familiar with Kristen Ritter's work, but I could see her playing Rouge.
She's most famously known for being Jessica Jones.
I haven't seen Jessica Jones.
Well done, Shadow.
Well done, Shadow.
Whatever happens to the humans is no concern of mine.
You made my Rougie sad.
It's okay, it won't be the last we see of her. We can make up for it.
Mr. President.
Also, the president in this game, voiced by Madeline Blaustein, may she rest in peace.
Successfully pushed back the black
Yep.
We've also managed to suppress enemy.
So you might also know her
That
as the
walk,
original
though.
voice of Meowth.
Also reports that the CIA's
That walk cycle, though.
We're
Yep.
investigating the incident now. It is a strong possibility that this was also
It's all in the knees.
Tell the commanding generals that the United Federation will never surrender to terrorists.
Yes, Mr. President.
This planet was once saved from tyranny and annihilation by you two heroes. Now mankind must protect this peace at all costs. We must stand united to defend our world against these invaders.
This is our Independence Day.
I was gonna say something similar.
I'm back. Sorry, I was lured away by the promise of food.
Welcome back.
Get food?
Yes, I did get food.
Well, then it wasn't just a promise.
It was a promise that was kept. Also, Eggman is here.
Maybe he can tell me
Dr.
about
Eggman.
black creatures.
So what you're saying is JKR arrived just in time.
Yes.
Because
This is not the damn fourth Chaos Emerald stage, sadly. This is the, I think it's called Cryptic Castle. Yeah, there we go. This is the one where you have the option to, bully cream and cheese. As well as, like, a room full of chow. You can just shoot them.
Why would you, though?
Cream went into this weird looking.
Oh my god, it looks like Kami has tentacles growing out of her back.
I mean, she is a hedgehog.
No, back
Hedgehogs
there
don't
when-
have tentacles, JKR.
No, when she very first appeared... Yeah, I was gonna say, what kind of fucking hedgehogs have you been seeing in real life?
Are you thinking like that Mario the plumber guy and thinking that long quills are tentacles and calling them like hentai quills?
But no,
Mario the plumber, he might know as the guy that bought $50,000 worth of Rosalina amiibos on Amazon solely so people wouldn't be able to buy them.
Anywho, when she first appeared back on the cutscene, she looked like the tentacles in the background were coming out of her back.
Oh, I see. So, instead of helping either Amy or Eggman this stage, since we're doing semi-evil, we're just gonna play neutral for the rest of the game until the final stage where we have to choose hero or dark ending for this path.
Okay. As long as we don't have to bully Cream, like you said, because that's just mean.
Like, the objective for helping Amy in this stage is, finding Cream and Cheese. They're lost in the castle.
Like Cream do?
Well, Cream and Cheese are also separated from each other.
Aww.
And when I say bullying, like, you can't harm them. But there's a room full of Chow that you come across, and you can attack them. And I don't know why they put that in there. It's too cruel. Although it is a quick way to fill up your dark meter.
Oh, where did she go? Shadow, have you found her yet?
Nope, haven't been looking. Amy, please, I'm avoiding you.
Cream.
Aww.
We'll find Cream and then not find Cheese.
Aww. This makes me sad. Cream is too adorable to be in such a dark game.
Well, this is the only stage she shows up in, and I don't think she shows up in any of the cutscenes. So the thing I just picked up is the gun we got for completing the neutral path, which is called the vacuum egg. It lets us suck up enemies, and when it runs out of ammo, it pops and gives us extra lives.
Oh boy.
It's the most OP weapon in the game. Like, it doesn't work on big enemies, but most of the enemies in the game are small enough to give the suck to.
I don't like the looks of this place.
Well, you know what they say, Amy. All toasters toast toast.
Look, the aliens are crushing all of Eggman's robots. Guess you got one. Watch your step, okay?
Now, you know what they say? The more the merrier.
Yeah, and this is the game that originated from.
Good job, Shadow.
There we go. The egg popped, and now we got an extra life.
Yeah, keep going.
I think we're soon coming up on the room full of Chow. And I'm not going to hurt the Chow. I'm not that heartless.
Ari, I think we got a rodent in your chat.
It's okay, I welcome rodents. They're cute, and cuddly,
First
and
of
furry,
all, I am
and they...
not a rodent. Do I need to go down the rabbit hole of how ferrets are not rodents?
No, you need to go down the ferret hole.
First of all, giggity. Second of all...
Yeah, I was about to say, that sounded more obscene than I intended. But I don't disown it.
Where was my brain going?
Your brain was going somewhere involving Rouge the Bat and Whisper the Wolf.
Your brain was going down the hole.
A twosome between those two.
Your brain was going in the hole, where you can find the orb. The orb came from the hole.
Throw in Tangle, and now it's a threesome.
Okay, but what about Vanilla the Rabbit, given that she is a certified MILF?
Death to all who oppose me.
Certified what?
MILF. She is a mother.
Wow.
She has had children, so she is a certified MILF. Yeah, I deserve that. But you know what? You know what I don't deserve?
What?
Having a not okay reaction to what the web series Kakyoin Waifu Connoisseur did to Vanilla the Rabbit when they not only made her curvier, but they also gave her a Southern Belle accent.
Go on.
I'll have to send that to you after stream. There's the room full of chow.
Kill them.
I'm not gonna hurt them. I'm just gonna look at them merrily, jauntily walking about. Look, they're so happy to see Shadow.
Give them. Do it. Give in to your anger.
Look, he's crying.
I feel bad now.
Are you happy now for it?
Hi, Billy Mays here.
Billy Mays does not endorse chow abuse. Instead, he endorses cocaine abuse.
It's pitch black.
I mean, I don't think he endorses anything. He's gone.
What is that thing? It's going to catch us. Try jumping on that rail with the ring.
I don't think it's gonna catch us.
Use this to return to the start.
Thank you, Amy.
On the subject of Tangle and Whisper and all of them, do you guys think that Tangle wraps Whisper up in her tail when they're making love?
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
That's gonna be my new thing.
Another Chaos Emerald.
Ferret used pervert. It's super effective.
What are you doing here, Shadow?
Doctor, I don't want to fight with you, but I need those Chaos Emeralds. They hold the secret to my...
Enough of this nonsense! The Chaos Emeralds belong to me! All of them! No one gets in my way. Those who do will be destroyed. So stand clear.
You can totally tell that Mike Pollock hasn't quite nailed his Eggman voice in this game, because this was the first game where he voiced the character. Prior to this, he had only voiced him in the show Sonic X. Well, you could say that about basically everyone in this game that carried over from Sonic X, but with Mike Pollock, even he admits, like, he started out with his Eggman performance just trying to sound like Dean Bristow rather than developing a voice that actually suits the way he plays Eggman.
So, weird question that I already know the answer to.
Yes.
If you side with Robotnik in this, does Amy become the boss fight?
No, you still fight Eggman.
Oh. Is it weird that
because you're the one infiltrating his castle? Sadly, there's no like rival battles or like. One of the things that bugs me about this game is like you saw that opening cutscene, kind of hints that there's gonna be a fight between.
You know what they say: right? The more the merrier.
You don't get a boss fight with Sonic. The most you get is a boss fight with the Gun Commander, where you use Sonic as a glorified platform to hit the Gun Commander's cockpit. So that opening scene of Shadow killing Sonic cannot happen in any story path.
Lights up!
When the hammer hits, it sends out a shockwave that can hurt you too. Be careful.
But you know what we do get? At least 3 or 4 different variations of this exact same boss fight. Just in different arenas with slightly different gimmicks. Eggman only has 2 mechs in this game, and they are the Egg Breaker and the Egg Dealer.
Sorry, Doctor, but that Chaos Emerald is mine.
Meanwhile,
And Amy's just there like, I helped.
Perfect.
I did a thing, baby.
No!
What's going on with me?
I existed.
I can't get these images out of my mind.
I mean, she is the reason that Shadow turned good at the end of Sonic Adventure 2, so technically, if it weren't for her, then none of this would have been able to happen.
Nah, they would have found some excuse for it to be Tails.
Well, in Sonic X, they found an excuse to not use Amy. They gave it to fucking Chris Thorndike instead.
That's the...
They gave it to who the fuck what?
Chris Thorndike was,
that show.
their original human character for Sonic X, and
yeah.
one of the reasons people hate him, apart from not being at all sympathetic like they want him to be, is that he infamously steals Amy's speech that turns Shadow to the good side in the Sonic Adventure 2 arc. Like, instead, Amy giving him that speech and reminding him of Maria and, you know, freeing him from his brainwashing, they just give it to the kid that's an original the character for this show.
God. Well,
Shadow, I just can't leave
the good news is...
I don't like Maria's model in this game. Her eyes are too big. She looks like she's related to Grey Lano.
Well,
She's very Len-esque.
I think we can all agree that Sonic X gave us one of the sexiest versions of Rouge.
I mean, yeah, especially if you were watching the Japanese version, because in the 4Kids dub, they did as much as they could to hide the fact that she has big boobs.
I mean, shit, in the fucking Japanese dub, there's actually a line from Robotnik where he looks at her and says, "You have big boobs."
Yes, I'm the one who told you about that and sent you the scene.
Yep.
But in the 4Kids version, which is the more common one you'll find on streaming services, they would either digitally shrink her boobas, or they would erase her cleavage line, so it looked like she had a mono boob.
Blasphemy!
Bat boobs.
I mean, in the unlikely event that the Nostalgia Critic were to do something related to Sonic X as a follow-up to his previous Sonic TV show's video, I could see him doing that in a similar vein to the Duck Tits Woo from Howard the Duck.
I'll be honest with you, Nostalgia Critic would probably come up with some excuse to say we don't want to fuck bats.
Yeah, like he went on that whole rant about why the hell would anyone want to fuck Lola Bunny.
Like, bro, speak for yourself.
Death to all who oppose me.
Lola Bunny
I'm
was
not a
sexual
furry, by the way.
for a lot of people.
I'm not a furry, by the way, I'm just surrounded by them.
One of us. One of us.
That small floating machine is some type of human weapon. Destroy it.
I'm not a furry either. Looks nervously at my Luna collection.
This room is like a stairway. Don't lose your footing.
Yeah, JKR. This place is like a stairwell. Don't lose your footing.
Shut up.
It took me a second to get that. And then it took approximately 100 milliseconds for that to come through on the voice changer with my current settings.
Reps.
Which is still, you know, night and day difference from my old voice changer settings where it would take like a third of a second. Seriously, the new update for the voice changer is so much better.
I think the redeems are glitching today.
Pizza time.
Yeah, it might be because so many people are doing, like, end of the year streams that the servers for, the thing I use for those kind of redeems might be, like, a bit overloaded.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the zipline and, the other RZ one didn't stay that long. I don't know. I'm just saying Ekum Bokum's adorable, but she overstayed her welcome.
Okay, but chat, have you seen Corone's dog form?
Have we who to what now?
Which she only breaks out on special occasions, like her birthday.
This recovery item. Why?
She also, confirmed what kind of dog she's supposed to be.
Meow?
Not meow. That's what a cat says. That's what Okayu, from HoloLive says, not Korone.
So what kind of dog is she
she's
supposed to be then?
She is a King Charles Cavalier Spaniel.
I'm just gonna call her a puppy.
I've seen what King Charles Cavalier Spaniels look like, and yeah, they do look like her. They're even brown like her. They've got like they've got very flowy coats. She also has a new favorite Pokemon as of Scarlet and Violet.
Is it Furret?
No.
It is Fido, because it's just her, a bread dog. Because people call her a bread dog because she's her like lore for her character says that she's a dog that lives in a bakery.
Aww. Isn't that sweet?
She also recently did a stream where she watched through the first Sonic movie.
I'll be honest. Scarlet and Violet did give me a new favorite Pokemon, like in my top 5, and that's Tinkerton.
Sprigatito?
Well, Sprigatito too, but Tinkerton, because I love the fact that that thing is fueled purely by spite. It's a little goblin that carries around a giant fucking hammer and hates everything.
Oh yeah, I remember that thing.
Like, isn't the lore saying that it's supposed to be like the Corviknight Slayer?
Yep. Even though, like, canonically or whatever you want to call it with the movesets, Corviknight could kick its ass.
Damn, not here.
Roger that. We'll shoot on sight. Sir, we're in pursuit.
Shoot on sight, they really are the American
Voice actors for
military.
the soldiers is just fucking Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, Jason Griffith voiced multiple characters throughout the Sonic franchise. Like, he not only voiced Sonic, he voiced Shadow, and in the writer's games, he also voiced Jet the Hawk.
Nice.
He also voiced Usopp in the 4Kids dub of One Piece.
Less nice.
Yeah, you know, Usopp's doing that marksman thing.
Yo, we don't speak about the. What the hell happened to that?
We don't
accent?
speak about
We
the
don't speak-
4Kids dub.
Yo, we don't speak about the 4Kids dub, okay? Especially after what they did to my boy Sanji.
Oh god,
Give him a
Shadow's got a
ridiculous
knife.
Brooklyn accent for no reason.
Shadow's got a knife. Everybody run.
Oh god. God.
He's 3 feet tall, so he's just tall enough to stab you in the kidneys.
Swiggity swooty, Shadow coming for that booty and those kidneys.
Spare me.
Well, you guys have fun running. I'm gonna be stuck here rolling. He sees me rolling.
Well, Shadow can roll too. See?
Mm-hmm.
Also, there's never a reason to use the spin dash other than like contextual stuff that involves pressing the spin dash button to activate it. The spin dash is useless in this game.
Who needs spin dash when you've got a gun?
Exactly. That's also why you generally shouldn't use the homing attack, or like one thing a lot of people don't know because they're gonna be using weapons the whole time they play this is Shadow has some melee attacks when he's unarmed. But there's never a reason to use them.
Your hands up, Mr. President.
You joke about that, but there's a level later on where we're trying to assassinate the president.
I know, I was just continuing the joke from Futurama.
And it's in this story path that we get the mission to assassinate the president.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
While he's trying to get away on his escape pod.
Forgive me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that is a level concept that a Sonic game could not get away with in today's climate.
Nope.
What is my purpose?
You pass butter.
Oh my god.
There's one of only
Actually,
2
I have a
episodes of Rick
replica
and
of
Morty I've
Butterbot.
seen.
No, stop!
I actually have a replica of Butterbot. I intended to paint it fully so that I could use it if I ever did a Rick and Morty cosplay, and then I grew to hate Justin Roiland.
As most people did.
And rightfully so.
Oh yeah, no, he deserves it.
Yeah.
Look, your so-called human weapons, mere toys, destroy.
Which makes me
I
sad
hate
because
the
he's
art-
actually the voice of Lemon, whatever his fucking name is from Adventure
Lemon
Time.
grab.
Yeah, Lemon Grab.
Oh, the Earl.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Earl of Lemongrab.
I
As opposed to the Duke of Earl.
And Blendin Blandin from Gravity Falls.
Oh yeah, that I remember. But honestly, Adventure Time was not one of the shows I actually bothered to keep up with till near the end.
Adventure Time entirely passed me by.
Oddly, I was the opposite.
Like,
I loved it in the beginning, and then I kind of filtered out towards the end.
I just never watched Adventure Time.
Yeah, it's like I knew of the finale through passing, and I was like, okay, that's an actually interesting story. I like this now. But you know, it was the fact that I had to. What I didn't like was that I had to sit through like episodes of what I thought were inappropriate jokes and a lot of toilet humor just to get to the meat and potatoes of the actual story. But my late cousin loved it. My late cousin loved it.
Death to all who oppose me.
I kind of stopped watching it after they basically brought in Flame Princess only to take her out, like halfway through the arc. And the reason being is because the voice actress for Flame Princess didn't want to commit to the series full time.
Is this really a part of my memory?
So they built up this whole story of her and Finn being together only to break it off because they wanted to get Flame Princess out of the story.
And they couldn't just replace the voice actress?
Nope!
Damn it.
That's what I said. I kind of filtered out of the series after that because I was like, okay, that's stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
Nothing against the voice actress. I mean, I get it. You know,
Yeah.
She didn't want to commit full time and be known just as Flame Princess.
Right.
Hell, even Jeremy Shadow was, you could tell he was kind of fallen out of love with Adventure Time towards the end of the series when he was starting to get more recognition for Voltron.
Oh yeah, no, he to this day he will still tell you that he's not a big fan of Adventure Time. And like he'll still sign Adventure Time stuff because that's what he's known for.
Right.
But it's one of those things where like if you go to him and as a fan and go like, what time is it? He'll just like give you a look of like, please shut up.
Yeah.
So like Harrison Ford with anything.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
There's a reason Harrison Ford doesn't go to conventions. He fucking hates his fans.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't blame him. I would get tired of them after... I would get tired of all that after 50 years, too.
Yeah.
He also apparently hates the fact that he's famous. Like, he genuinely says he wishes George Lucas had never asked him to be Han Solo.
Yeah, that tracks.
Or Indiana Jones. Actually, no. He's fine with being famous for Indiana Jones. It's literally everything else that pisses him off.
One of my favorite stories I've read about Harrison Ford was like right after Rise of Skywalker was sharded out into theaters. And there was that scene where Ben sees a vision of Han Solo from like the moment when he died. And it's like supposed to be left ambiguous, like, is it really just a vision, or is it Han Solo speaking as a Force ghost? Somebody asked him that at a convention appearance shortly after, it was either a convention appearance or it was an interview. Like shortly after that movie came out, and asked him whether that was meant to be a Force ghost or whether it was meant to be just like, a PTSD-induced vision. And his answer was, I don't care.
Yep. He also famously did the same thing when someone asked him who shot first, Han Solo or Greedo. The exact quote was someone asked him at a panel thing, or at one of those talk shows, like Jimmy Fallon or something like that.
Yeah,
late night talk show.
Late night shows.
Yeah, late night talk show. And one of the fans in the audience said, "Who shot first, Greedo or Han?" He looks him dead in the eyes and goes, "I don't know, and I don't care."
Yeah, Ford seems to be kind of like I understand.
I would say he's a grumpy old man, but he's just always been grumpy. And that's why we love him.
Yeah.
He wanted Han Solo to be killed off since day fucking one.
Yeah.
That's why Han Solo doesn't play a huge role in Star Wars. Like, a lot of people don't realize that, but in the first Star Wars movie, he's barely in it.
Yep, and well, a lot of people, especially nowadays, who, including myself, technically, who weren't there for the release of Star Wars, like, nobody anticipated that Star Wars would become a giant pop culture phenomenon. So,
nope. Yeah.
He probably thought it was just going to be a one and done. He didn't know he was going to be stuck with this character for the rest of his life.
Yep. So, when Star Wars proved to be famous, he pleaded with George Lucas, "Please come up with a reason for me to not do these movies anymore." And that's why Han Solo is frozen in carbonite at the end of Empire Strikes Back.
Spoilers.
Wow, okay. Anyway, sorry for the spoilers for an almost 50-year-old movie, everyone.
No, there could be someone here who hasn't seen it yet.
Anyway.
You'd be surprised. I knew people in high school who had never seen The Wizard of Oz.
He was frozen at the end of Empire Strikes Back to give them an excuse where if Harrison Ford decided not to come back for Jedi, they didn't need to bring Han Solo back.
And yet they did.
Because he came back.
If the money's good. But then he spent most of the time filming Empire Strikes Back, or sorry, Return of the Jedi, pleading again with George Lucas, kill me the fuck off, because I don't want to do these.
And he
movies
eventually
anymore.
got his wish 40 years later. And still didn't get... the problem was he made his wish on a monkey's paw. So even killing off his character didn't save him from still being associated with Star Wars.
Yeah, the sad fact is, the only reason he came back at the end of Rise of Skywalker is because Carrie Fisher died.
Yeah.
That part was originally supposed to be for Carrie Fisher.
I mean, that stands to reason, honestly.
It definitely fits more thematically than...
I miss her.
Yeah, it definitely fits more
They're not
thematically.
talking about Leia. I mean, they are. The characters are, but the actors weren't.
Yeah.
Yes.
May Carrie Fisher rest in peace. Lovingly extending her middle finger to all of us from above.
I just hope she got the epitaph that she wanted.
Ouch.
Oh, I think she did.
Because you know what she kept on saying she wanted her epitaph to say, right?
What's that?
Okay, it's a story that she would tell in interviews and at conventions about working on the original Star Wars. When she was wearing, the original Princess Leia costume, she had to wear it without a bra. And that was very uncomfortable for her. And she asked George Lucas, why can't I wear a bra with this outfit? I don't like it. And he said, oh, because when you're in zero-gravity environments or low-gravity environments like outer space, your skin, sort of bloats and expands due to the difference in pressure, and wearing a bra in space would cause you to suffocate to death, because it would be like squeezing the air, squeezing you so tight that's cutting off your circulation, blood flow, and oxygen to your brain. When the real reason was the costume just looked better without a bra. But, George Lucas, he has to think of a story reason for everything.
Right.
But, she said after that she wanted her epitaph in the event that she died to say, here lies Carrie Fisher, choked to death in space by her own bra.
No, stop!
Keeping on that slightly morbid subject, you know what one of my favorite epitaphs of a beloved celebrity on their tombstone is?
What's that?
It's the one for the late great Gilbert Gottfried. His tombstone says, here lies Gilbert Gottfried. Too soon.
Yep.
Aw, yeah. Agreed, though.
Yeah, but it's a reference to how he kept on getting cancelled multiple times throughout his career for making jokes about recent tragedies. He's the whole reason that the term too soon exists.
That honestly makes a lot of sense.
When I die, I wish for my fuck. Sorry, I had a Cheeto in my mouth. When I die, I wish for my remains to be spread across Disneyland. As a side note, please do not cremate me.
When I die, I want my pallbearers to all be people that I've dated in the past, so they can let me down one last time.
I actually said that to my Fortnite group one night when we were playing. We just lost a whole bunch of games in a row. And I told them, I want you all to be my pallbearers so you can let me down one last time.
And what'd they say?
They all laughed.
Also, I have a specific song that I want played at my funeral, in the unlikely event that I am to die. as I'm being lowered, and no. Although,
Oh.
that would be cool, but no. It would be cool, but it would be thematically inappropriate. I want to pay tribute to, one of my favorite female animators. No, not that one. Although I do love that song. There's this animator on YouTube called Bird.
I can barely hear you over the Rickroll.
Okay,
there's
now it's done.
there's an animator on YouTube called Bird, B-E-R-D. And he did a video that lives rent-free in my head called Play This at My Funeral.
Oh god.
And it's like a funeral going on, and like they're about to lower the deceased into the grave. And one person shows up and says, "Wait, he had explicit instructions to play this as he was being lowered." And he brings a CD with him, and they put it in the CD player. And as he's being lowered, it's playing the Spider-Man 2 pizza delivery theme.
Oh god. For some reason, that just seems like something JKR would do.
Yeah, but he's not Italian enough to get away with that.
Yeah.
I'm 0.2% Italian, which means I'm 0.2% more acceptable to be lowered to pizza-related music.
Are still defiling our precious home.
When I die,
Maria.
I want one of you to dress up as Death. Sit in the back of the funeral, and say nothing to anyone. And then when it's all said and done, walk up to the casket, pull out a checklist, and mark my name off of it, and walk away.
Oh, jeez.
You see, that couldn't
Honestly,
be me
when
because I would be tempted. I wouldn't dress up as Death. I would dress up as the Grim Reaper.
Honestly, what I would have done is like I'd have one of you guys dress up in the same clothes that I'm wearing when I'm being buried, like in the
God, I know where you're going with this.
you're like basically you just basically crash the funeral and be like, it's like pull out a song to it's like, right, this is where things get complicated.
Those heartless humans, get out of my way.
You could also do like that one episode of The Simpsons where it turned out that Skinner wasn't actually Skinner, and just have someone else arrive and be like, "He's not JKR, I am." You know, the one the episode that everybody hated so much that it was, that even Matt Groening himself regrets being involved in the episode.
Yep. Oh, I know.
The episode is called The Principal and the Pauper. I know of this through reputation because it's one of the few episodes I've actually seen.
It also gets
It was
hilariously
immediately
referenced a couple
declared
times.
non-canon, except for a couple joking references to how bad that twist was.
I can't remember the episode, but there's one episode where Lisa's cats keep dying, and they keep getting a new cat to replace each one, and then Principal Skinner walks up because she names the new one Snowball 2, and we'll name it that because
Yeah, that's
nobody
what that's what I'm talking about. She makes a reference to to that episode by referring to him by the name what was revealed to be his real name, Mr. Tamzarian.
Yep. Just because he pops up and goes, isn't it kind of redundant? I don't know. You tell me, Principal Transarian. And he just goes, very well. Carry on. I'm going to name him Snowball 2 so that no one will ever question any of these events again. What's sad is that episode that in question actually had one of the greatest guest stars of all time. I can't remember his name, damn it. Hold on.
I've never heard
Well,
of that
the greatest
actor.
guest stars of all time, whoever it was.
No, hold on. Like, my brain actually went dead for a minute.
We're joking for it. Relax.
It's a joke, not a seismic toss. Don't take it so hard.
No. I get you. It's just like that was literally me questioning my own brain for a minute.
How dare you harm Maria, disgusting humans! Out of my sight.
Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen.
Yeah, Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen.
Father of
Good old
Charlie
Martin
Sheen
Sheen.
and Emilio Estevez.
Yep.
Who also played the elusive man in Mass Effect.
Yep, he was
And Uncle
also,
Ben in The Amazing Spider-Man.
Yep. And he was also more famously the president in West Wing.
Once again, I have failed my duty to protect our nation.
Sir, it's not over. We can continue to fight. The black aliens may have rendered us unable for now.
I'm sorry, but the president in this game doesn't look like he belongs in this game at all.
Yeah. His model is based on how he looked in Sonic Adventure 2. And as a result, he doesn't jive with this game's art style very well. Then again, the art style's all over the place because the Sonic character models are just taken from Sonic Heroes, which looked more cartoony.
The black creatures will feel their
But did they also look a little loony?
No.
No, because they are not tiny.
Because they're not what?
Tiny.
Tiny.
Shadow, follow them. Make sure they understand their situation.
Anyway, this is the level, I believe, where you're supposed to assassinate the president.
Air fleet.
But, because I'm doing neutral from this point onward, we're not going to kill the president, and we're not going to help Tails.
I'm sorry, I misheard that as we're not going to kill the president, so we're not going to help Tails.
Creatures! Shadow, be careful!
Tails, you can't just call them black creatures. So many people say that in this game. And it just sounds like it sounds like a slur.
Tails, what are you doing? You can't assassinate the president.
This is gonna be easy!
Not with that attitude, not with that attitude, you can't.
They're firing laser turrets! Jump! When you stick to the wall during a triangle jump, you can run forward a little. You've only got
Sad that I'm recognizing Kate Higgins after having met her.
That's not Kate Higgins, that's Amy Pallant.
That's not Kate Higgins?
Nope.
No, Kate Higgins
Wow,
didn't
that
start
sounds-
voicing Tails until Sonic Colors.
For some reason, it sounds just like her version of Tails that she did at her table.
No, this was Amy Pallant who voiced him from Sonic X through Sonic 06. Well, technically after Sonic 06 as well, because she voiced him in the Storybook games, which came after Sonic 06. Oh yeah, and she was also in Unleashed, duh.
Ow. Speaking of which, Ari, let me ask you this. What were your thoughts on the Storybook games?
Sonic and the Secret Rings is a decent story, but it's the genuine, just the most unplayable game I've ever experienced, based entirely on its control scheme.
Oh, jeez.
Like, I would recommend just watching YouTube videos of the cutscenes rather than subjecting yourself to its batshit stupid controls.
Yeah, that's basically what I did. I just watched the cutscenes. Mainly because I
Like,
like
for
the,
those of you that don't know what the Storybook games are, It's 2 games, Sonic and the Secret Rings and Sonic and the Black Knight. Sonic and the Secret Rings is very divisive in the community because people regard it as having one of the better stories for a Sonic spin-off game, but at the same time it's got the worst controls in the entire history of the franchise because Sonic runs on his own, and you only control him by tilting the Wii remote as you hold it on its side.
I can't remember if it was Lost Rings or Werehog, but in one of the playthroughs of them, you got the most inspirational speech of all time from Aaron Hansen. Sometimes you have to ask yourself. Some days
that was neither of them.
What am I willing to put up with? Or what am I willing
to put up with? It was neither of them. It was Sonic 06.
I'm pretty sure it was one of the storybook ones.
No, it wasn't.
Huh.
But yeah, it's funny because the fact is, go ahead, Ari, sorry.
To give you an idea of how inherently bad the controls are for Sonic and the Secret Rings and how unfun it is to play, one of the upgrades you unlock through story progression is better controls.
But yeah, people often...
As in, like, Sonic handles better. He doesn't turn like he's an 18-wheeler.
But yeah, there's actually like a poster out there of Aaron Hansen saying that quote. You have to ask yourself, what am I willing to put up with today? Not realizing that the end of that quote is not fucking this.
Yeah, and they reference that in the second Sonic Twitter takeover.
Nice.
Where it was, I believe it was Aaron asking a question to Sonic, where I can't remember what the question was, but his answer was, you know, Eggman, sometimes you have to ask yourself, what am I willing to put up with today?
I can tell you what I'm not willing to put up with today.
This?
This fucking
Not fucking this?
Not fucking this.
Yeah, you're supposed to like hang on the monkey bars up here, but the collision with them's a bit fucky.
But yeah, like on Christmas Eve, I think it was actually. Yeah, I stumbled across the cutscenes, like the final cutscene for Sonic and the Secret Rings, and immediately just kind of fell in love with Shara, the genie girl from that game.
Yeah, Sonic and the Secret Rings is like, what if Sonic entered the world of Arabian Nights and had to save the world of Arabian Nights from the genie from Aladdin who had gone crazy?
Yes, the Eraser Jinn.
Yes, the Eraser Jinn, who has the worst voice acting of any Sonic character in the games.
Yeah, I've heard his I've heard his line delivery at the when he like after the final boss fight and you beat him, the way he delivers his lines is so fucking hammy. Like this is clearly
he keeps going back and forth between over the top ham and sounding bored. And whenever he sounds bored, the audio mixing makes it so the music drowns him out.
Yeah. Because I know, like, his, one of the things he says is, like, I cannot be vanquished. If you defeat me, I will simply return again and again.
And when I say Genie from Aladdin, it's based on, the storybook version of Aladdin from 1001 Arabian Nights. So he's specifically the genie of the lamp, while Shara is the genie of the ring.
Right. And what's funny is
also Shara shares a voice actress with Blaze the Cat, which means she shares a voice actress with Mai and Dark Magician Girl.
Behold.
Yeah, and also is also the voice of Akiza from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, who was, like, in my opinion, one of the hottest Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelists out there. in the you know,
And that
in the
also
show.
means she was in that cluck like a chicken scene with Dan Green.
Oh yeah. And Furret here knows her as, you know, the voice of Furret.
Indubitably.
Furry.
Not just any Furret, though. The unnecessarily sexy Furret voice. Out of nowhere, in one of the scenes, with her Furret voice, she just goes,
I think you
I mean, you know, I wouldn't know. I don't think I would know that off the top of my head because I don't remember a lot from the Johto era, just because I didn't watch it as much as I did.
Just look it up on YouTube.
I will when I remember to do so. But I also know that she was also the voice of Monkey D. Luffy in the 4Kids dub of One Piece.
Yep.
So what you're saying is...
The one where they were afraid to call Luffy signature move.
Monkey D. Luffy?
Yes. The one where they were afraid to call Monkey D. Luffy's signature attack the Gum Gum pistol, so they called it the Gum Gum Rocket.
Because that's better.
Because rockets made more sense for an American audience because kids love rockets.
I guess.
Pistols were, you know, pistols are more like something that, you know, they're technically.
It's also the one where in the first episode with Helmeppo, they made his weapon that he's holding Kobe hostage with a lot more violent than it needed to be in their attempt to censor it, because in the original version, he's just holding a gun to his head. In the 4Kids edit, he's holding like this contraption that consists of a mallet on a spring attached to a handle that's launched by a trigger. So it's like, oh, instead of shooting him in the head, he's going to bludgeon his skull in. That's so much more child-friendly.
Pretty much, yeah. The spring-loaded hammer.
Punching bag, but punching boxing mitt, but yeah.
No, it wasn't a boxing mitt. It was a hammer.
Oh, it was a hammer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a hammer. That's why I said it was a hammer.
I distinctly remember it being I distinctly remember seeing a scene from because I distinctly remember seeing Furret. Let me explain for a second, because there is a scene from that show. Now I don't know exactly the context of it. I just know that it exists.
A giant penis.
No.
What the fuck are you holding?
It's a gun.
To find the truth for myself.
Okay. Anyway, go ahead, JKR.
No, never mind.
No, seriously, I was just confused for a second because that gun looked really weird.
Well, what I'm referencing is that there was I know there's a scene from this. Now, I could just be misremembering, mind you, but I clearly remember seeing somewhere where they had like a gun, but instead of it actually being like your stereotypical gun, it has like one of those stupid boxing mitts instead of like at the end of it has a boxing mitt attached to like one of those crank arms or whatever you won't want to fucking call it.
I mean,
no, you're misremembering.
I was gonna say the 4Kids dub of One Piece was so astronomically fucked up, it's actually possible.
They also gave all the Marines water guns.
The Black Comet?
I mean, to be fair, that made sense, and only in the fact that anyone who had a fruit power was terrified of water. Like, they actually, like in the 4Kids dub, they made that a genuine weakness where they didn't like water.
They also changed Smoker's name.
Yup, and made it where he just
and got rid of his cigarette.
for no fucking reason.
They got rid of his cigar as well and changed the name of his devil fruit.
Ruin our base. Exterminate those vermin.
They changed his name to Chaser. They changed his name to Chaser and changed his devil fruit from the smoke fruit to the plume fruit.
Well, don't forget, you can't say devil fruit. They called him cursed, the cursed fruit, didn't they? In the 4Kids stuff.
Yes. They also changed Zorro to Zolo because they thought that people would confuse him with, you know, the Mexican vigilante.
Interestingly enough, that exact change from Zorro to Zolo is still in the manga to this day.
Yeah, which is weird because it's not anywhere else.
Anywho, go ahead, JKR. Sorry, we kind of both were talking at the same time.
It's fine. It's really nothing. It was just I was about to quote the theme song again. That's all I was doing. I was about to do. It's like his name's Zolo.
His name's Zolo. He's like a samurai in the LAD. Why Nami's not shy?
Like, that's the thing. As much as I hate the 4Kids dub of One Piece, and here's the thing. The way I see it is like the worst localization of the show. I will fully admit that. But one, the theme song went hard, and it didn't have to go that hard. As stupid as it was.
Most 90s cartoons in general. 90s, early 2000s cartoons in general.
Yeah. And then also that is like, you had to admit it. As a kid, you know, as like, for a kid like me, it was like, when I saw that, I was just like, okay, that's just kind of funny. You know, you got a lot of these, you know, slapstick gags with these overly complex fucking weaponry for no apparent reason. So, as a kid, that was funny to me. But I didn't watch it. Mind you, I didn't watch it a lot. Like, I was not watching it religiously. So I didn't know about it until, like, I think when I found out about, like, the dub changes, I was like, oh, what's this? This is not what I remember hearing. So I didn't know about the fact that the 4Kids dub was considered, like, the worst version of the series.
I mean, considering the fact that they had an entire sequence where Nami was supposed to be betraying her friends, but they didn't want to make her seem like a traitor, so they had her ask Usopp, give me your rubber knife, which is something he's never fucking had at any point in any other part of the series. So there was no reference to this rubber knife anywhere whatsoever up until that point. And he goes, oh yeah, I always have that on me, and passes it to her.
Also, the flashback to, like, you know, Belmare sacrificing herself to, say, you know, in Nami's flashback, where they cut out the entire her giving up her life to save the people that you love thing. Instead, it's like, you will live the rest of your life in a dungeon. And then you just never see her again.
Yep. And then for no reason whatsoever, they gave Sanji a Brooklyn accent. A very stereotypical Brooklyn accent, mind you.
The way I see it is this. Like, if we didn't have the 4Kids dub, then we wouldn't have all the funny-ass memes we've got today from that.
And I wouldn't have one of my most famous cosplays, which is 4Kids Sanji.
Yep, which is hilariously bad. The fact, like, your regular Sanji when you're just walking around the convention, but when you run into kids, or like when people wonder about the exact, like, people are like, you run into people and they're like, oh, cool, it's Sanji, and you break into the stereotypical bad Brooklyn accent.
Yeah. The other thing that gives it away is the lollipop and the fact that I'm holding a sign that says "Victim of 4Kids."
Well, the thing is, from what I remember, you carry the sign around, but it's not like you're holding it up all the time. You're like carrying it. From what I remember, I saw you carrying it like under your arm, and then when people stopped to take photos, you actually pulled up the sign, showed what it said. But I could be misremembering, because it's been a long time since I see you do that.
Last time I did
thousands of years ago.
January of this year, actually.
This year or last year?
This year, because I did him for the first Anime 405.
Oh, okay. Well, then, here's the thing for it. Here's the thing. I'm talking about in person, because whenever you and I were walking around a convention over here, I recall you just having the sign, like, under your arm, and then when people stopped you for photos, that's when you pulled it out. But again, could easily be...
You talking about the C2 time I did him at C2E2?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I didn't have the sign yet.
Oh, no, you're right. You didn't have the sign yet. You just had the lollipop.
I had the lollipop and a cigarette. I had the lollipop and the fake cigarette that I would swap out between the two depending on my mood.
Yeah, okay, now I remember. Yeah. And the fact is, whenever people, like, when you did the whole lollipop thing, you were like, this lollipop was brought to you by the 4Kids Censorship Corporation or whatever it was.
Yep. This lollipop was brought to you by 4Kids Censorship. And then I would give them a lollipop.
Yeah, which honestly was funny. That was funny.
I also would carry a bag around with me and say, "Oh, thank you for noticing my cosplay. Here, have some censorship."
Censorship, more like censor shit. Got him.
That shit is funny, man. That is funny shit.
Sadly, I think Sanji's one of the ones that I've kind of, like, retired him. Mainly because I can't find the tie anywhere, and I just don't... I'm too lazy to go buy a new tie.
I mean... I'm actually curious now. Remind me, what was the color of the tie?
That and the suit's falling apart. Like, the buttons fell off.
Oh, yeah.
So...
Never mind, then.
It was a black tie. I've got another black tie, it's just it was that specific tie type.
Yeah. Traitor? Who? Where?
Why? When? How?
Ooh. Plus, the fact that Sanji has officially met both the voice of Nico Robin and the voice of Nami, as well as cosplayers of both, it just kind of seemed like it was time to retire him.
I guess that's fair.
The curse of the Sanji was lifted.
Honestly, it would just be funny walking around as Eggman and Sanji, because both were technically victims of 4Kids. But, again, it's like, I'm not going to make you bring the costume out of retirement just for that.
I have thought about possibly bringing... Possibly. My translator might be malfunctioning. Hold on, I might need to reset it.
Again? How many times do we have to go through?
I know it keeps happening. Hold on, I just need to reset it for a moment.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Death to all who oppose me.
What's that noise?
It was the sound of a door opening. Duh.
Allá, creo que está funcionando de nuevo.
The fuck?
No hablo español porque tengo un vaso de agua.
Speak at a normal language, okay?
Disparo, espera. Lo tengo en la configuración incorrecta.
Or I think your translator said to Spanish again.
There we go. All right, what were we talking about?
You know, for when I come down there in May, I'm gonna have to do something about those that damn translator of yours.
Anyway, I have thought about possibly bringing Sanji back, but doing the One Piece Red version.
Okay.
I just have to find that shirt that he's wearing.
Yeah.
Or a way to do the pirate version that Uda turns him into. That would be fun.
You know, I had to watch One Piece Red again. It's been a while since I've actually watched it. I've only seen it like once.
I make a point to watch it once a year or two.
That's fair. I've just been super busy. I've been, like, I think it came out in 23, correct?
22.
22, okay, but...
and I have a sad story as to why I know that, but it's cool.
No, I get you, dude. For whatever reason, I just remember it being 2023 when I got a chance to watch it, because I think by that point it came...
That was the last movie that me and Wizard saw in theaters together. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, now I remember. It was... I watched it when it came out on streaming and physical copy.
Yes, because I bought you a copy.
Right, which you bought me a digital copy, and I need to get back to watching that, actually. But it has been so long, and I've been so busy since I've completely forgot about it.
Yes.
So I will admit I do love listening to Top Musica, both versions, both Amelie's version and the original Otto version.
So oddly weird opinion for me. I prefer the original by Otto.
Both are good.
As in love as I am with Amelie, and as cool as it was meeting her in real life and all of that, I still prefer Otto's version of that song.
And that's fine. I mean, I think they're both good, but I do agree. I think Otto's is the superior version. Amelie's is good. It's, it's not the best, but it's, it's the best English version of it that is on the on YouTube.
I mean, yeah, it's also the official version.
Well, I've heard people do English covers of it, and Amelie just blows it out of the park.
Again, I would hope so, because she's the original. I get what you're saying. I get you.
Oh no, we're going hovering. We're a hover tech now.
Oh no, we're on the Beyblade of Death.
Stop at once.
And this is why they tell you shouldn't bring your Beyblades with you into the tub.
The question is, why is the water bright pink? The answer is...
blood.
The answer is, poo 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 poo. A body has been discovered.
Oh God. Actually, you know what? I might try to see if I can find Pirate Sanji's outfit online somewhere. I'm sure somebody's made it. I did almost... Excuse me, I choked on my own saliva for a second. I did almost do Sanji a couple weeks ago when I went to go meet Amelie. Because I wanted to do either Shanks or someone I think she would have appreciated. Because, again, I was meeting her and taking a picture with her.
Yeah.
But Shanks ended up, for whatever reason, Amazon ended up canceling my order. So Shanks never happened. And again, I couldn't find the shit I needed for Sanji. So I basically just said, fuck it, and went as Star-Lord.
That's fair.
You could have cosplayed
Literally, it was like the day before. Could have what?
cosplayed as Sayu.
If I had Sayu stuff to cosplay.
You could have bought it.
I could have for like $200.
Just,
You got a job,
just
don't you?
Have you tried having $200 or $300?
Gee, Arikado, you know, when you put it that way, suddenly money's not an issue. Have you tried
It's like it's like all the old people in my life keep telling me. It's easy. You just need to pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Stop being poor, God.
Stop being poor and just try being born into wealth. Duh. And if you find that doesn't help you, just try being born into the baby boomer generation. God, roll a better character.
Is this some kind of peasant joke I don't understand?
Well, fuck you too for it.
The sad part is, I know you know what that's from, JKR. Does Arikado?
I have no idea.
No?
I don't think so. I don't think so, no.
It's from a really great British series. Yeah, it's from a really, really great British series called Horrible Histories.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of Horrible Histories.
They're doing a bit on Caligula.
Oh, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, and Caligula, that's one of the things he says to one of his servants is goes, "Is this some kind of peasant joke that I'm too rich to understand?"
I'm surprised that Horrible Histories got away with doing a Caligula episode, considering how scandalous his life was.
They did more than one Caligula episode. That's the funny part.
That's something I couldn't see being done in any kid-friendly way.
Oddly enough, they pulled it off. I mean, they didn't get into like the super violent, fucked up shit Caligula did. They kind of graze over it, and I think it actually, in one episode, they actually mentioned, also, he was an incredibly screwed up guy, but due to budget reasons, we don't have time to show you any of that.
Damn, not here.
Damn, not here.
One of my favorite facts about Caligula is that he appointed his horse as a senator.
The dude was nuts. And yet everyone was
And he was played by Malcolm McDowell in a movie. A movie that Malcolm McDowell apparently doesn't like talking about.
I mean, let me ask you a question. If you played Caligula in a movie, would you be happy to talk about it?
I mean, he was gassed for the role. It's just that, that the production ended up being a lot more troublesome than what anyone anticipated. Basically, it went from like a giant grand scale epic written by Gore Vidal to being distributed by Penthouse magazine.
Oddly enough, that tracks with Caligula.
Which makes it the only porno to star Malcolm McDowell and Helen Mirren.
None of which I need to picture in a porno. Thanks for that image!
Well done, Shadow.
Like, technically, the movie itself isn't one. Instead, it was re-edited to add porn into it.
Oh, jeez.
It's like the movie Cats, where Helen Mirren lifts her leg for a split second to lick it. That is a fucking thing that happens.
According to people that worked on Cats, there's a version of the movie we never saw where the cats had realistically rendered buttholes.
Shadow.
Yeah, I remember Wizard actually mentioned that on his Facebook page years ago.
Mm-hmm. He was oddly obsessed with that movie, and not in a good way.
Yeah,
It's also also the first movie in Hollywood history to get a day one patch, because the way it was distributed was like, the way movies are distributed now is instead of sending film, they send like drives that have the movie on there, and they're connected to the internet to make sure no unauthorized screenings are happening. The version of Cats that shipped out to theaters had even worse CGI than the one that everyone has seen. So all the theaters were required to install an update for the internet to improve the CGI.
See, my favorite thing about that is about that movie is I remember watching it with Wizard for the first time, and there was a cat that randomly showed up wearing pants. And I was sitting there the whole time going, why is that cat wearing pants? Why is that cat wearing pants? And then the cat got his own song about why he's wearing pants. And I'm sitting here going, I didn't actually want a fucking answer, movie. I also like the Nostalgia Critic and what's his noodle? God damn it, his name escapes me.
Cinema Snob?
Yeah, Cinema Snob's review of that, where when Helen Mirren lifts her leg, Cinema Snob goes, I would be honored if you never did that again.
So that's where you got that.
Yep.
Man.
You can do it! We believe in you! Kill that thing!
Colonel Abraham Tower.
Yep. Not Colonel, Commander.
Commander, sorry, Commander.
Those are two different ranks.
You dropped your money.
You don't just military ranks. I come from military ancestry.
Is anyone else upset that at no time during any of the movies, at least as far as I can remember, at no time during any of the movies does Sonic randomly drop rings when he gets hit?
No, because the rings serve a different purpose in the movies.
Actually, I think he does in the first movie. I think there is a point.
Yeah, he
where
drops them in. He does drop. Yeah, he drops his rings, but like, not in the way that it's done in the game, because the rings aren't like, you know, a power up or a shield or something. They're for teleportation.
They're portals. Yep.
Take this.
I hate the Diablon fight, which is this one, because like they keep telling you like, oh, shoot it in the head, but they don't give you enough guns to kill it by shooting in the head. So eventually, it just becomes a game of happy slap. A game of happy
Research
slaps.
something before I go opening my mouth.
About what?
You researching something before you open your big mouth? That's a first. No, I'm kidding.
I'm afraid about what you have to research based on what I just said.
Hold still, you devil. Charge complete. Now it's time to end this.
Okay, never mind.
What?
Well, I was going to say, speaking of random video game movies, can we talk about the fact that nobody wants to stream Borderlands? But then I looked it up, and it is actually on Apple TV. Which, oddly enough, that tracks.
Yeah.
Was it on Netflix too?
On what?
Netflix.
It was, and there's actually a funny story about that. It was on Netflix for all of 2 days before it got pulled because no one was fucking watching it.
So what you're saying is Cuties did better on Netflix than Borderlands did?
Yep. No, and the funny part is Netflix pulled it saying it was on there by mistake. It was never intended to be on there for free.
Sure, it wasn't.
Hold still, you devil.
But it is playing on.
Hold still, you devil!
Apparently, it's on Prime Video now too.
Yep.
I was just saying,
Prime
but for
Video
the
is the
longest
one
time,
that'll take
nobody wanted
anything.
it. For the longest time, nobody wanted it. It was actually called the most unstreamable movie of 2024.
Netflix will happily house Morbius, but not Borderlands.
Hold still, you devil!
That's another thing that makes me laugh is the fact that Sony will blame everybody but themselves for their movie's failures.
Yeah, at first when you said that last time you were on here, I thought it was, you know, like some sort of just rumor, but no, that, like, there's actual articles out about that now. And it's getting mainstream coverage from, like, film criticism channels. Like, the good ones, not just the bullshit, like, grifter, anti-woke, you know, making money off of outrage clicks ones. Like, it's actually making industry coverage. That Sony is so up their own ass that they won't admit that most of their non-Spider-Verse Spider-Man adjacent movies have been terrible.
Yep. They're actually, like, right now, they're actually pleading with people to please go see Kraven. It's actually not a bad movie. Like, no, my dude.
You're right, it's not a bad movie. It's a horrible movie.
The only thing I feel bad for is it kind of ruined the career of Aaron Johnson Taylor.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
I had it backwards, but at least I had it. Too bad.
And his career's honestly been on kind of a downward spiral for a while.
I feel like this was just kind of the final nail, though, you know?
Yeah, he can always bounce back. He bounced back from Kick-Ass 2. He can do it again.
Honestly, I didn't feel like Kick-Ass 2 was that bad of a movie.
Almost everyone involved with Kick-Ass 2 hated it.
Got all the Chaos Emeralds.
I do know that it was.
Oh, let's see what
notorious
Shadow's
for being
ending
the movie
speech is
that made
here.
Jim Carrey never want to do superhero movies ever again.
Hold on, let's see what he's going to do.
I'm Shadow the Hedgehog, the ultimate life form born to protect and serve the Dark Lord, Black Doom. With the power of these Chaos Emeralds, this world will become the Dark Empire. This is who I am.
He is proudly someone else's second and he is proudly someone else's bitch. Got it.
I mean, to be fair, at least now he gets all the Latinas that he wants.
I mean, this is still marginally better than the full Darkseid ending where he says, with the power of these emeralds, I'm going to destroy this damn planet.
Ignore that noise.
Okay, now we just have to beat the game 6 more times to unlock the true ending. I'm not joking. You have to beat the game 10 times to get the true ending.
Jesus Christ, man.
And technically, if you want to get everything in the game, you have to, like, well, I say everything because there is a track in the story menu of which story paths you've played through, meaning like which specific levels you accomplished and which ones, like which endings you got. There are over 200 combinations of different pathways you can accomplish throughout this game's levels. So have fun 100% completing this game.
Also, apparently I was lied to. I just hopped on Prime Video real quick to see if Borderlands was up there for free. It's not. Ow.
Is it for free with a subscription to a different service that you can watch through Prime, like half the stuff on Prime is?
Nope. $10 admission fee.
You couldn't pay me to pay to watch that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Is you couldn't pay me to pay someone else to pay me to watch that. The only way I will watch that is if it's for free and I have literally nothing better to do. Like anything. I mean, the fact that they pretty much ostracized the creators of Borderlands from the production of that movie.
And yet Randy Pitchford was still in full defense mode for it. Alright, that is gonna do it for Shadow the Hedgehog tonight. Because I promised here that I would be on for part of his continuing stream tonight. So we're gonna raid on over there. Well, first of all, we're gonna get out of the void. And then we're gonna raid gear. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thank you to my two co-hosts for co-hosting with me tonight. Have a happy new year, everybody. I'll see you over on Kier's channel, and until I'll see you tomorrow night. Well, I'll see you next year. And until then, unpleasant dreams.
Well, we're the boys of Chorus. We hope you like our show. We know you're rooting for us. We know where to go.
Please allow us to fuck off.